Okay, this is my second YouTube video, with sound at least. As I said on my introductory video, by the way, I am Jamie Bisson, transgender nerd. As I said on my first video, I'm going to be doing videos on Wednesdays and Sundays. Sundays will be transgender issues, Wednesdays will be nerd issues. So starting today, this is going to be my first transgender issue video. However, before I do that, as you can see from my cap, I am a Red Sox fan. So I want to say, go boys, go Boston, Boston strong, Red Sox nation. Three games won out of 4 games played in the World Series, and yes, good job, guys. With that said, let's move on to the issue of the day, the Trump Memo. About a week ago, the New York Times revealed the existence of a memo where Donald Trump is proposing legislation to basically outlaw transgenderism. He would define gender based on the genitals one is born with. Apparently he has never heard of intersex, because then he would know that sometimes that would mean that there would be people with pretty much no gender, because if you go by the moment of birth, before the doctors start mutilating people and whatnot, intersex people are kind of in between. That's where the name intersex comes from. I know because I happen to be one. So, there's that. And interestingly enough, in the memo, there is a reference to genetic testing. Apparently, he doesn't know that sometimes intersex people who are transgender, like me, would actually still be able to be transgender under that, because, I happen to be XY, but my birth certificate says female, at least until I can get my gender markers changed. I believe that does update my birth certificate. I'm not 100% sure on the legality of that. I still need to do some research. However, that my genetics are XY, and as of today, my birth certificate does say female. So technically, I could still be transgender if this law passed, but that doesn't mean that I'm going to just sit by and idly watch it. No, I'm going to tell people, vote. On November 6th, vote. Vote for people who are not transphobic. Vote for people who are not homophobic. Vote for people who care about human beings, not fetuses and corporations. I strongly urge everyone watching this video to be sure to vote on, or if you're eligible to, before November 6th. I know it's just the midterm. I know Trump himself is not on the ballot, but it's still important. You have to vote. Okay, so just be sure to vote on November 6th. That is really, really super important, because, remember the old thing about, first they came for the communists, and then they came for the trade unionists? That is still true. Look what happened yesterday. Jewish people were attacked in their synagogue. I blame the hate-mongering from Trump in large part on how that happened. The same with the bombings all week. I blame the hate-mongering from Trump. Here in Charleston, about 2 months ago, I guess it was, there was actually a very shocking incident where a transgender woman was beaten outside of a parking garage that I know very well, because when my friends and I have gone to our favorite gay club, that is where we park. That particular when I saw the news footage on, the footage from the security camera on the news, I could clearly see that it was taking place directly outside of a parking garage that my friends and I have used to go to our favorite gay nightclub many, many, many times. That was kind of disturbing. That means that she probably was also at that same club. As it happened, I was not there on the night that that incident occurred, but still. So transgender violence is already happening. Last night I was a few minutes late from work, and my mother was paranoid because she was afraid that someone who knew I was transgender might have attacked me. As it happened, I just happened to stop at the store on the way home, and, usually she's been pretty chill about that sort of thing. If I try calling her saying I'm going to be a few minutes late, she's like, okay, yeah, you don't need to call. But yesterday, I wasn't even very late enough that it even occurred to me to maybe call, and She got nervous because she's worried about transgender violence. So definitely, this is something that, this is the atmosphere of the country we live in, and the first step in stopping that is to speak out against it. That's what I'm doing right now. And the second step is to vote. Now, we can't get rid of Trump directly with this election, although I would not be the least bit surprised if the day the Democrats take power of both houses, Robert Mueller hands them an already finished report that would basically be the grounds to impeach immediately. I mean, I suspect that's why that could be one possible reason why he has not, released an official report yet, is because he knows the current Congress would ignore it. I have no doubt at all that he has enough evidence to impeach the president right now. But that's just my view. I don't have any specific inside information, of course. But I do want, to remind everyone the importance of voting. That can determine not just whether or not the president gets impeached, but it also can determine whether our country can pass laws that would outlaw transgender people, or whether our country can actually move forward with decent, becoming the decent country that we're supposed to be. So vote, vote, vote. This is essential. Not just for transgender people, not just for gay people, not just for Jewish people or black people or any other minority. Vote to protect everyone, every American. Thank you, and I'll see you on Wednesday. Have a great day.